Hey everybody, welcome to the From the Sofa podcast with Lenny and Alejandro. How you doing, Lenny?
Alejandro, I'm doing great. How are you doing, friend?
I'm alright over here in Stuttgart. It's very sunny and it's a very nice spring day over here. How's everything over there in Nashville?
You know, it's a little rainy this morning time here, but the temperatures are great. It's about 80 degrees, which is probably 25 to you, and it's a beautiful day other than a little drizzle rain out there, but we'll take that warm weather.
All right. Well, people, today we're going to talk about a legend of blues. His name was Muddy Waters, and this April 30th is going to be the anniversary of his death. So we did a small cover on his commemoration. So stay tuned. New York, Berlin, Tokyo, London, Kingston, Panama, Nashville, two outlooks on traveling music and the world. From sofa to sofa, Lenny and Alejandro. And we're back.
We're back.
Lenny, how's everything over there?
Everything is really good. I'm looking forward to hearing your version of this Muddy Waters track you're going to put together for the show. And obviously, the Delta Blues is something great to talk about. So let's hear your experiences with the blues.
Oh, man. You know, I'm a blues player, and I love playing blues and, blues rock, anything related. Actually, I have a band now that we're starting to do a little of country music. I know I don't look much like a country music player, but
you look like a country music rock star.
Yeah, exactly. So, but nowadays people just don't know. I mean, you see people rapping and doing reggae music, and they don't even look like the stereotype of the musician they should be. So yeah, nobody should have it like any image to play anything. But I like playing blues music, and I got very interested in blues music. I think around 1999 when I started my band, and one of the best songs I ever heard before that. Before I started my band, it was Muddy Waters. He was actually over there in my subconscious, all the time, like dun 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 dun, And then I thought it was like Bad to the Bone, and I see the influence after I heard him, after I heard his music completely, the influence that he had on so many artists. He had a lot of influence, like to this day, starting with the Rolling Stones. His song Rolling Stone was actually the inspiration for the name of the band, Rolling Stones. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's from Mississippi. He was born in 1915 in the Issaquena County over there in Mississippi. And they call him Muddy Waters because he played in the puddle of the Mississippi River. Have you ever been there?
I have passed the Mississippi River on many occasions. The mighty Mississippi is a great river here that runs there, and obviously it's an amazing time to visit that area, especially in that delta down south and near Biloxi, because there's a great beach down there as well. So that Mississippi Delta is a great scene and a great sound for that area.
Okay, I'm very curious. How's the Biloxi Beach over there in Mississippi? I mean,
it's on the Gulf Coast. It got recognition of several years ago when the big Hurricane Katrina hit Mississippi. Come ashore just outside of Biloxi. So they've rebuilt a lot of things there, and it's just it's a good time to go and vacay when you can and walk the beach and have a good time.
But is it full with bars? Is there a lot of nightlife?
The biggest nightlife would probably be the casinos there at the Gulf Coast. They have a lot of music in the different casinos, a lot of live bands, a lot of touring bands. So yeah, it has a pretty lively nightlife out there.
Well, that sounds pretty fun to me, man. So I know, yeah, I know people have heard the show before, but there are some people that haven't. And Lenny usually works with artists, taking them here and there, organizing their merchandising or anything they need. And have you worked with any artists over there in Mississippi?
I don't know that I worked with someone that's actually born in Mississippi, but playing shows throughout the state, we've done it many times, and it's always a great crowd over there.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean like people that were born in Mississippi. Like if you had shows over there, like which artists did you take over there or anything like that?
It would be a number of artists. We couldn't name them all probably, but a lot of country, a lot of classic rock, a lot of pop stars played Mississippi, the Gulf Coast because of those casinos. Northern Mississippi, where a couple of the big universities are. So, yeah, we've done several shows there, and it's always really a good time to play that great state.
Well, I imagine so, but I think you told me you were gonna take some artists now in May over there to Mississippi, to Jackson, right?
Just outside of Jackson, Mississippi, a little community called Forest, just outside of Jackson. We're taking a comedian, Chad Prather, with two big country artists, Ira Dean and Cole Ford, over there. So playing the arena in Forest, just outside of Jackson. Jackson's the capital. So we're looking forward to getting over there and hopefully bringing a few thousand out and having a good rock and country time.
Well, I'm really glad you guys are still are back on the road, still having shows, even though we are on pandemic right now. I just heard some good news that in Spain they're going back on shows. They just did a show in Barcelona with 5,000 people, which is great. It's great, man. You have no idea how stressful this is for musicians here in Germany and I think all over the world where everything is, closed up. But anyway, going back to Muddy Waters, he started playing the harmonica when he was five, Lenny. 5 years old. I mean, I didn't even play with G.I. Joes with 5, man. What I'm saying?
He was well above his time. At that age, you're not really thinking about, I guess, musical instruments, but he was, and some artists have. But it's you look at that and you think, wow, that's a visionary right there.
Exactly. And you know what really caught my attention is that he didn't have money to buy a guitar or anything like that, and his uncle actually gave him a guitar that gave him the sound. I mean, he got his first guitar when he was 17, and he learned by himself how to play the guitar and all of that, and then he moved to the Chicago area. And after his uncle gave him the guitar, he started playing here and there, and then he made the sound that made Muddy Waters and the modern blues. He shaped a generation, Lenny. You know what I mean? He shaped a generation with his guitar.
Incredible. I mean, an icon, global icon, and still today, and the music will live on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, well, he was famous in the Delta region or New Orleans, Chicago, but it wasn't until 1958, because we were talking about he was born in 1915, and then like in 1943 he started recording with this guy. I forget his name right now, but I think it's Alan Lomax, that he's an archivist, and he was doing like a lot of documenting like the whole music of the area over there in the Mississippi Delta. So yeah, after that he actually got him to be recognized, and he went to Chicago. But until 1958, that he had this English tour, then he started getting to many jazz festivals in 1960, and until he died in 1983, he won like around 6 Grammys. And even after his death, he was inducted in the Rock Hall of Fame, and he got after that he got his Lifetime Achievement Award. So this is a great artist we're talking about. Today is April 30th, is the anniversary of his death. He died in 1983. I'm not so good with math. Can you tell me how many years are those, Lenny? Lenny's a crack at math.
I'm not either, but let's call it a lot.
I think it's about 48, something like that. Around 48 years. I think, it's gotta be something like that. No, yeah. I don't know. God, we're so bad in math right now.
We've all been stuck in. We can't get to first base. We can't get to 5 anymore.
Yeah. I didn't even use my fingers, but okay. All right, people. I hope you enjoy this cover. It's called Hoochie Coochie Man. I think it's the hymn from Muddy Waters. Although he didn't write it, it was his bass player that wrote it. You know, he was playing with Otis band, Little Walter. I was gonna say Little Water. No.
Water.
Little Walter.
Little Walter.
And Jimmy Rogers and Elgin Evans. And he wrote the bass player wrote the song, and he wrote the song about Muddy Waters. He was calling him all the time the Hoochie Coochie Man. So here's our tribute, our rendition to Muddy Waters, and I hope you enjoy it. So,
everybody, we hope you enjoy this this great version by the incredible Alejandro Hilton.
Thank you, Lenny. So we see you around. Take care and have a good day. Bye.
See you guys at the next show. Thank you.
There's just a woman told my mother before I was born, I got a boy child coming. It's gonna be a son of a gun. It's gonna make pretty woman jump and shout. Then the world would know what's it all about. And I said, everybody knows I'm him. Well, you know I'm the hoochie coochie man, baby. Everybody knows I'm him. I got a black cat bone. I got mojo too. I got the Johnny Conqueror. I'm gonna mess with you. I'm gonna make you girl. Lead me by my hand. Then the world will know what's it all about. And I say, everybody knows I'm him. Well, the hoochie coochie man, baby. Everybody knows I'm him. On the 7th day, on the 7th month, the 7th doctor said he was born for good luck, and that you see, I got $700, baby, so don't you mess with me. And I say, everybody knows am him. Well, the hoochie coochie man, baby, everybody knows am him. Come on, baby, let's give it one more try.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. Follow us on every platform in social media. You can easily find us at From the Sofa Podcast, except on Twitter, that is just the Sofa Podcast. Or simply hit the subscribe and little bell button to get the latest episodes underneath. So see you next time. Have a good time.
Ich hab sogar Warte auf und Matsch in meinem Kopf. Ich will doch nur hier raus, 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 raus. Ich hab Einsamkeit im Bauch und einen Rettungsring drumrum. Nen ungefärbten Ansatz auch. Ich will doch nur ein bisschen Kultur und einen Schuss Tonic, Gin pur, Disco, Pogo und ne verschwitzte Frisur. Ich will grölen und schreien und mit anderen zusammen sein. Ich kann Netflix nicht mehr sehen. Dreh langsam durch, allein daheim. Verschwörungstheorien in meinem Facebook-Feed. Ein Feed so recht ist gut vom Mohnenkönigssohn. Schwarz-weiß-roter Beat, fast wie Dynamit. Wenn das mal alles gut geht, sing ich euch ein Lied. Denn euch fehlt doch nur ein bisschen Kultur und einen Schuss Tonic, Gin pur, Disco, Pogo und ne verschwitzte Frisur. Ihr wollt grölen und schreien und mit anderen zusammen sein. Ihr könnt Netflix nicht mehr sehen. Und Amazon Prime hängt euch auch schon zum Hals raus, Mann. Ich will doch nur ein bisschen Kultur. Ihr wollt doch nur ein bisschen Kultur. Es fehlt doch nur ein bisschen Kultur. Und ein Schuss Tonic, feiern.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. Follow us on every platform in social media. You can easily find us at From the Sofa Podcast, except on Twitter, that is just the Sofa Podcast. Or simply hit the subscribe and little bell button to get the latest episodes underneath. So see you next time. Have a good time.